Hello and welcome to this session where I will discuss with you in detail some good practice questions of data sufficiency. So this is the part 2 of the second session in the series data sufficiency deep analysis. So yesterday when I had met you, I had discussed with you in brief about why data sufficiency is difficulty as per my observation in the last few mocks, and I had gone through the complete details of how you can make it better, right? So today we'll actually practice it and watch it work for us. So the first question is in front of us. Let's start attempting right away without wasting a single moment, and I will have a good mix for you. One or two questions based on simple quant also will be there, equation based questions or mensuration based questions, and some of them will be from arrangement based, blood relation based, coding decoding based. Everything we'll cover today, right? A quick session here as well. So the first question says that who is the youngest among Shanti, Tanya and Rekha? This is a wonderful question, the very first question itself. Why? Because how will you approach now? I'm telling you, you will read the question first. Okay, who is the youngest among Shanti, Tanya and Rekha? That means Shanti, Tanya and Rekha will be compared based on their age. The moment they are asking you youngest, comparing them based on their age. Now you will look at, before looking at the statements, you will look at the options. Always make that a habit. Before reading this, always read this. First the question, then the options, then you will come here. So what is this saying? Statement 1 alone is sufficient, but okay, 2 alone is not. The second one is saying statement 2 alone is sufficient, but 1 is not. Okay. Third one is saying both are not sufficient, and the fourth one is saying both are necessary, both are sufficient. Okay. Simple 4-set question this is. Okay. So now you will check 1 alone. Now 1 alone says that Shanti is taller than Rekha. Rekha is younger than Tanya. That means Shanti is taller than Rekha makes no sense for you. This data is useless. Okay. This one line is superfluous. It's useless. It has got no meaning for us because we are looking for the youngest person. It has got nothing to do with them being tall or short. So we'll only consider this. Rekha is younger than Tanya. Rekha is younger than Tanya. Okay. We need to check who is the youngest. So 1 alone is not sufficient. From here you can conclude that 1 alone is not sufficient. So this is gone. Now you'll have to check 2 alone. 2 alone says Rekha is younger than Sushri. Okay, so Rekha is younger than Sushri. Sushri is taller than Shanti is not making sense again for us. That is useless. Tanya is younger than Sushri. Okay. Tanya is younger than Sushri. 2 alone is also not defining it. 2 alone is not also defining it. And now, if you have read it clearly, if you have read it and understood clearly, you will right away understand that even if you combine both of them, you will not be able to get the answer. You will say, why? I can get the answer, sir. I can clearly see that if I combine both of them, I will get this as my answer. So I can easily say that Rekha is the youngest. Correct? A lot of you will feel this. You fail to read the question again. The question asks you about Shanti, Tanya and Rekha. And here you are talking about Sushri, Tanya and Rekha. Because between Sushri and Tanya, Shanti, we just know that Sushri is taller than Shanti. But we have no information about Shanti being elder or younger or anyway between them. Hence, my answer here is going to be both together are not sufficient to answer my question. This is how they actually trick you. Okay, this is how they actually trick you. So try to read between the lines here. Be careful. Next. Now the question again here, it is saying in a row of soldiers facing north, how many soldiers are between William and David? Okay, cool. Before reading this, we are coming here. Both are not sufficient. Each alone is sufficient. That means this implies this is either or. So 1 alone also and 2 alone also, but they don't need to be taken together. Understand the difference between together and each alone. Okay, either or. 1 alone and 2 alone. Okay, perfect. So let's check now. William is 15th from the left end. Does that help you? If William is 15th from the left end, that does not help me at all. Even if I don't draw this, it is very clear for me that this is not helpful. Now, see how will either or help you out here. The moment we see this, we can eliminate option C and we can also eliminate option B. Whenever a single statement is proven incorrect, Okay, either or case will also be deleted right away, because either or, for either or to be true, each one individually has to be true. Right, now either both of them are not sufficient or 2 is sufficient, right? So now check for 2. So David is exactly in the middle with 10 soldiers on both sides. Now your answer is there in front of you. Just by reading this you will be able to understand that David, this is not talking about William at all, the second one. Second one is only saying David is exactly in the middle with 10 soldiers on both the sides. So we know that 21 people are there in this, okay, in this line. But how many are between William and David, we still can't figure it out. So this is 2 alone is also not sufficient. 2 alone is also not sufficient. So now technically you will feel that I can have this. If we combine both of them, don't you think both will be sufficient? Yeah, option A has to be the right answer here. But if you combine both of them have to be sufficient. How many are there between William and David? So he is the 15th and he is 11th. Correct? So now we can find out that there are 4 people in between, 3 people in between. 10 here and 10 here. So he's 11th from either end. Oh yeah, there is a mismatch, no? No, I think it's right. 21, 22 minus 15 is 7. So he's 7th and he's 11th. This is perfectly fine. Yes. So this should not be not here. This should be both together are sufficient. Okay. But now see, we had to check it because of the error in question. But otherwise, just by figuring this out, just by writing this data down once, it will be clear for you to understand that both of them together are sufficient for me to answer the question. Okay. Right? Next. So refrain from solving the whole thing. You don't actually have to do that. Who among them secured the first rank in the class? Okay, this is the question. Read the options first. Statement 2 alone is sufficient, but 3 alone is not sufficient. Okay. Second one says each of them 1, 2, 3 alone is sufficient. Third one says all together are sufficient. And D says 1 alone is sufficient, but 2 alone is not sufficient. Okay. So who secured the first rank in the class? Shrija secured the second rank. How many people are there? If you read the options, the sentences, Shrija, Aman, Rohit. So there are 3 people. The first one is saying Shrija secured the second rank. Is that helping us? No. Obviously not. Who secured the first rank? We cannot find out from 1 alone. So option D is gone. Now they say 2 alone. So Aman's rank is 1 below Shrija. Aman's rank is 1 below Shrija. This is also not sufficient. Okay. A lot of you will say, sir, if we know that Shrija is on the second position and Aman's rank is below Shrija, then can't we find out that who is the first ranker? But you only are reading second alone, 2 alone. We only know Aman's rank is 1 below Shrija. We don't even know who the third person is. Okay. So second is also incorrect. Third one we don't have to check only. Okay. All are each alone will be incorrect right away. So this is the only option for us. Okay. Rohit is above Aman. Shrija secured the second rank. Aman's rank is 1 below Shrija and Rohit is above Aman. You will take all 3 of them to get the first rank. You will say, sir, but I can find out only with 2 answers. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But they have not given it to you in the options. Now, do you see how they handhold? They are restricting you from thinking in a regular direction. You could have easily found out by 1 and 2 alone. But it's not given here. Okay, it's not given here. Got it? So option C will be the best possible answer here. Cool? Next. This is also a very good question. Excellent question. Who is the shortest among A, B, C, D and E? Who is the shortest among A, B, C, D and E? A is taller than E, but okay, sorry. Statement 1 and 2 together. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 are not sufficient, and 1 and 3 together. So check 1 and 2 first. Check only 1 and 2 first. Who is the shortest among 5 people? First one says A is taller than E, but shorter than D. Second one says B is shorter than C, but taller than E. Now, even officially, if you look at this question, this is incorrect answers are mentioned on the online. But technically, this is my correct answer. I have found it out that 1 and 2 together are sufficient to answer the question. Why? Again, a lot of you feel that you need to arrange this whole thing. I don't know anything about C, D, B, A. Yes, but you know that all of them, they are all taller than E. That means who is the shortest? E is the shortest for sure. About the rest of them, I don't know. So if the question was who is the tallest, I could not have found out. But since it is asking only who is the shortest, 1 and 2 are sufficient to answer the question. So option A is the right answer. But I know what will happen is, since this is a data sufficiency, you will get scared and you will solve it again. You will solve the rest of it also. I know that you will check. So let me do that for you. 1, 2, 3 will not be sufficient at all. It's not required. Statement 3 is superfluous. We call it superfluous. Superfluous implies that it is not useful. Even if it was not there, I would still have found the answer. Okay. 1, 2, 3 are not sufficient is not even there as a considerable answer, because 1 and 2 has already given me the answer. 1 and 3. Now you'll just check 1 and 3. So A is taller than E, but shorter than D. D is taller than C and A is taller than B. So A is taller than B and D is taller than C. Now here, whatever it is, I can conclude that probably D is the tallest, but I can't say anything about who is the shortest. Okay. So hence this is also not right. Cool. Next. What is the sum of 5 natural even numbers? This is something like mathematical, something from quant. Very basic question. What is the sum of 5 natural even numbers? So there are natural numbers, they are all even numbers. They are asking you what is the sum. You don't know the numbers. You don't know any information about them. Now before reading this, read the options. The options say both are necessary. Second one says 1 alone is sufficient. Third says 2 alone is sufficient. D says both are not sufficient. Typical question again. So check for 1 alone first. 1 alone says second number is double the first number. Now see, there are 5 natural even numbers. One number is double the second, but how is that going to help us? It's not going to help us. A lot of you will get confused and you will find out the answer from 1 alone, but it is not sufficient. So you have to realize and deduce from here only that we don't know whether they are consecutive or not. They can be random 5 even numbers. Even if the second one is double of the first one, it's still useless to me. For example, I'll have 8, 16, maybe some other random number, 64 and 128. These are all even numbers. They're all natural numbers, all even numbers. Or I can have 16, 32, 128, 256. I can have this also. Right? Second is double the first. But this is not how it is going on. So I cannot conclude anything. Second alone says all 5 are consecutive even numbers in ascending order. All 5 are consecutive even numbers in ascending order. So I will have x, x plus 2, x plus 4, x plus 6, x plus 8. These are the numbers for me. Correct? And it is now, so now this is the information, but can I find out? They can be any 5 even numbers consecutive. So 2 alone is also not sufficient. Okay, so this is gone, this is gone. Now either both of them are not sufficient or both of them are sufficient. Check for together. So together if I see, they are consecutive and the second one is a double the first. So that means x plus 2 is equal to 2x. So x is what? 2. That's the only possibility, that they are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Only then in consecutive numbers, even numbers, the second number is double the first. Otherwise it is never going to be true in consecutive. So both together are actually answering the question. So option A is the correct answer. Fine. Whenever it's a quant-based question, a mathematics question, they'll always talk about rational numbers, irrational numbers, even numbers, okay, natural numbers, whole numbers, integers. So you need to be very thorough about this concept, about the numbers, number system concept, that what exactly are these? What is the definition and how to deal with them? Who is older between Rahul and Vishal? Who is older between Rahul and Vishal? Both are necessary to answer the question. Both are not sufficient. One alone, two alone. Simple question again. Let's check one alone. Rahul was born in 1987 and 5 years younger than Vishal's sister. Just by reading, you will be able to understand. It's not Vishal's younger sister. It's just Vishal's sister. She may be elder to Vishal. She may be younger than Vishal. We don't know. And Rahul was born in 1987. And he is 5 years younger than Vishal's sister. So this alone is not sufficient to answer the question. Okay. This is not right. Now read the second one. Vishal's age is double the age of his sister. Vishal's age is double the age of his sister. 2 alone is also not sufficient to answer the question. But if you read both of them together, okay, if you read both of them together, Rahul was born in 1987. Wherever he is, we just need to check who is older. And he is younger than Vishal's sister. So Vishal's sister, and this is Rahul. And the second one says Vishal is double the age of his sister. So this is Vishal. So now we know that who is older? Vishal is older. So both taken together are going to answer your question. Okay. Now technically you don't have to arrange all these things. You can answer right away. Just by reading you will be able to understand a lot of things. So learn to deduce. See, again a simple equation based quant question. Okay. What will be the cost of 10 chairs of equal price? What will be the cost of 10 chairs of equal price? That means each chair has equal price. So what is the cost of 10 such chairs? So basically you need to find out the cost of one chair. That's going to help you out. Read the options first. One alone is sufficient. Either or. 2 alone is sufficient. Both are necessary. So you are going to get the answer no matter what. There is no point of not sufficient at all. Okay. Check for the first one. 1/4 of the cost of each chair is 140. See, if 1/4 the cost of one chair is known, you can easily find out the cost of one chair. You don't have to do that. Please refrain from doing that. Okay. A lot of people, what you do is 1/4 the cost of one chair is 140. So that means the cost of one chair is how much? So it is 560. Correct? That's what a lot of you are going to do. Okay. So refrain from doing this. You don't have to do that. This alone gives you the cost of 10 chairs because I can simply multiply by that by 10 and get the answer. So one alone is sufficient. Okay. Now you could have just marked this and moved ahead. If you didn't have either or in the options, you have either or also. That means you will have to check statement 2 whether it is alone satisfied or not. But only alone now. Together is gone. Together is no scope of both being necessary. Okay. Now check the second one. Second one says the cost of 3 chairs is 560 more than the cost of 2 chairs. Cost of 3 chairs is 560 more than the cost of 2 chairs. From here I can find out the cost of one chair is 560. You don't have to write this. You will just simply understand in your head that this is also sufficient to find out the cost of one chair. Okay. That means either or is the correct answer here. That means even one alone is sufficient, even 2 alone is sufficient. But they don't need to be taken together. Okay. One alone will also give me the answer. 2 alone will also give me the answer. Next. Find the area of an equilateral triangle. Find the area of an equilateral triangle. Let's read the options first. Statement 1 is sufficient but 2 is not. Statement 1 and 2 are independently sufficient, that is either or again. 2 is sufficient, 1 is not, and neither 1 nor 2. Okay. So now we'll read the first one. One side of the triangle measures 7 centimeter. It's an equilateral triangle we know. So we know that we can find out the area by √3/4 a square. So 1 alone is sufficient. Okay, but we have independently sufficient either or also. So we'll have to check that. Okay. 2 was sufficient, 1 is not. 2 alone wala case will not be there, and they neither are not supposed independently. This will also not be there. So we only have to check this now. 1 is sufficient. If 2 is also sufficient individually, B will be the answer. Otherwise, 1 is the answer. A is the answer. Perimeter of the triangle is 21 centimeter. Again, you can easily find out from the perimeter. 3x or 3a is 21. So a is 7. So root 3 by 4 a square also you can find out. So this alone is also sufficient to answer the question. So option B here is also right. Okay. Next. What was the 13th day of the given month? 13th day of the given month. So 1 alone, 1 and 2 together are not sufficient. 2 alone and either or. Okay. Last day of the month is Tuesday. Okay, fine. But the last day can be anything. It can be 28th, can be 29th, can be 30th, can be 31st. That means this alone is not sufficient. So 1 alone gone, and either or also right away gone. Why? Because for either or, 1 alone had to be sufficient. Now either 2 will be sufficient or both of them are not sufficient. 16th day of the month is the 3rd Friday. So now they are saying 16th of the month is Friday. From this, can we find out the 13th day? Definitely. That is easy. So 2 alone will be sufficient to answer your question. Option C is the correct answer. Okay. What is the color of jasmine? Now this question is slightly modified and it has to clear a doubt for you guys. Data sufficiency might just check whether you can get an answer or not, even if the answers mismatch. Now in this particular question, observe. Okay, I'll show it to you. There is a modification which has been done. Otherwise, the answer would have been different. What is the color of jasmine? Jasmine is a flower. First of all, you need to know the color of jasmine. We are assuming it to be white, though there are some varieties which have slightly different color, a bluish tinge to them, but we are assuming jasmine to be white. Now from that, before coming into statements, it is the options are either 1 or 2 alone. Both 1 and 2 together are not sufficient. Only 1 alone, only 2 alone. Now 1 alone says that this is a code. Blue is white, white is red, red is yellow. So we know that white is called red. So this will give us the code for the color of jasmine in this coding. Okay. So 1 alone is sufficient. 1 alone is sufficient. That means this is gone. Okay. And both are not sufficient, also gone. It's either or 1 alone. The second one says yellow is purple, purple is black. Technically this should have been black is brown and brown is orange. So we would have only said 1 alone is sufficient. But they have changed it to white is called brown. That means this is giving you a different answer. No problem. Are you getting an answer? Yes. Is it possible for me to get the answer of what is white coded as in any coding language from these statements? They are independent of each other. They need not yield the same answer. You only have to focus on the fact whether you will be able to get an answer or not. Can you get an answer? Yes. So my answer will be either 1 or 2 alone is sufficient. Got it? That's the interesting part, and that is why they have changed this twist here. Next. In the code language, which word represents give? Okay. 1 alone, 2 alone, both, and none. Okay. So which word represents give? Fine. So give me some tea is this. 1 alone is not sufficient, obviously, because there is no relation directly. This is a Chinese coding. Okay. So 1 alone is not sufficient. For 2 alone, please give is written as this, not sufficient. And it's clearly visible that if I combine both of them, please give and give. So we can find out the code for give very easily. So both are sufficient. Option D will be the right answer. Because give is the only common word here. So we will easily be able to find it. Next. What is the code for here? Okay, 1 and 2 together. Only 1, neither, and only 2. Perfect. Come here is this. So we don't know the code for here. Here it is this. Okay, again, same question. If we combine both of them, we'll be able to find the answer. So, A lot of you will argue that why can't we say that this is come and this is here. This is a Chinese coding, so we don't know whether that will be true or not. Okay, so the answer is both are sufficient, option A. What is the code for please? 2 alone, 1 alone, either and both. So that means either 1 or 2 alone is not sufficient. Okay, that means 1 or 2 alone is not sufficient. Okay, so code for please. Please is written as plee le, please have, and please come as plee ah. So I think again the same thing will happen here. Okay, same thing will happen here. Both together will be sufficient to answer the question. You will want to say that why can't I say this please is plea and this have is have. You can't conclude that unless you have some data to visualize. Okay, so once you look at these two, only then can you say that okay, this is corresponding. Hence we know that the code for please is plea. Okay, next, blood relation based. See, a lot of these also you can figure out just by reading, but if you want you can start plotting in terms of simple trees. Don't go for complexities, don't go for extreme details, and please refrain from finding the final answers. Good afternoon, Sai Kalyan. Now the question is, what is the relationship of P with C? What is the relationship of P with C? Options first. Options are saying 1 and 3 together are sufficient, okay. 1, 2, 3 together are sufficient, okay. 2 and 3 alone are sufficient, okay. And 1, 2, 3 together are not sufficient, okay. So first check for 1 and 3. 1 and 3. So this is 1 and 3. So H, S and P are brothers. H, S and P are brothers. Relationship of P with C. D is the mother of S. And T is the son-in-law of C. No relation whatsoever. For T is the son-in-law of C. No relation. I don't know how to connect them. Okay. So 1 and 3 together are not sufficient to answer the question. Now look at the second set of two things. 2 and 3 together. So P is the husband of L, who is the son-in-law of D. P is the husband of L. Who is the son-in-law of D? This in itself is incorrect. Okay. Because L, if L is the wife, if P is the husband of L, that means L is the wife. L can't be the son-in-law of D. So the statement is incorrect. Even if I say this is the daughter-in-law of D, this we already know. Okay. That she is the daughter-in-law of D. Even then, is it giving us anything? And 2 and 3. 3 says D is the mother-in-law of S and T is the son-in-law of C. Sorry, D is the mother of S and T is the son-in-law of C. Still the same problem. No relation whatsoever. If I combine all three of them, even if let's consider this to be the daughter-in-law only, no? That will make it easy. Okay. If we combine all the three, so P is the husband of L, same problem, still the same issue. Nothing is coming out of it. Okay. T is the husband here. So we don't even know, no? If T is the son-in-law of C, we don't even know if they have a sister or not, whether C is married to D or not. So can I find the relationship of P with C? Not at any cost. So my answer will be, they are all together not sufficient. After so much of hard work, you're going to find out that they are not sufficient. Now, how do we do it faster? Gradually, you will be picking up the fact that there is, with no statement will you be able to establish a relationship between P and C. Okay, until and unless you use guesswork. So if you assume, then you will be able to connect the tree and form the answer. So stop assuming, don't assume at all. Okay. So in that case, while reading only, you will start understanding that what is the correct answer. Okay, next. What happened the session CGL Tier 2 live mock? We are doing that on every Monday. CGL Tier 2 live mock we are doing every Monday, but not on the time slot only. The slot changes actually. You can go ahead and check the recording. Okay. What is Damini's relation with Bhola? What is Damini's relation with Bhola? So now look at the options again. Statement 1 alone is sufficient, 2 is not. Okay. 1 and 2 together are sufficient, 2 alone is sufficient, and 1 and 2 together not sufficient. Perfect. Easy question. This is normal. Easy means normal question. Now 1 alone says Tika has only one son Bhola and one daughter Kamla. You read Damini's relationship with Bhola. There is no mention of Damini in 1. So 1 alone is not sufficient. Done. Okay. Let's read 2 alone. 2 alone says Damini is the wife of Rohan's son. Kamla is Rohan's only daughter. Mayank is Bhola's daughter. Now you'll see at least Bhola and Damini are both mentioned in the same statement. So we'll have to read it. We'll have to write it once. So Damini is the wife of Rohan's son. So there is Rohan. There is Rohan's son. And Damini is the wife of this son. We don't know what's the name of the son. Kamla is Rohan's only daughter. So Kamla is the sister here. Mayank is Bhola's daughter. Okay. Mayank is Bhola's daughter. Is that helping us anyhow? No. Bhola's daughter is Mayank. Very strange. So this alone is also not sufficient. Okay. Now if we combine both of them. So we already have this. Tika has only one son Bhola. Tika has one son Bhola. And one daughter Kamla. So now we can say that this can be Bhola. So this is Tika. Tika has one son Bhola and one daughter Kamla. And Damini is the wife of Rohan's son. Kamla is Rohan's only daughter. Mayank is Bhola's daughter. Okay, so with this we can establish what is Damini's relationship with Bhola. She is the wife of Bhola. So both together are sufficient to answer the question. Option B is the right answer. Okay, next. Who is the father of M? Who is the father of M? Statement 1 alone is sufficient, 2 alone is sufficient, both are not sufficient, both are necessary. So P and Q are brothers. Again, just by reading you can conclude 1 alone is not sufficient. Q's wife is sister of M's wife. Who is the father of M? Q's wife, sister of M's wife, also not sufficient. So 1 alone and 2 alone is not my answer. 2 alone, 1 alone not my answer. Either they are both necessary or they are not sufficient. So check for both now. P and Q are brothers. Q's wife is the sister of M's wife. Does that help? Who is the father of M? No. Correct? So this is also useless. So both are not sufficient will be the answer. Option D. What is the relationship of X with Y? Y has two sisters U and V. Okay, let's check the options first. Only one is sufficient. Only two is sufficient. Either 1 or 2 and 1 and 2 together. If either or, they will have to check for individually also. So Y has two sisters U and V. What is the relationship of X with Y? 1 alone is not sufficient. Clear? Just by reading we can figure out. So 1 alone is not sufficient. That means either or is also not sufficient. Now 2 alone. Either it will give you your answer or it will give you the correct answer. So don't check for both now. Once you're done with 2. The options are such. Okay, eliminate from the options. So X's mother is sister of use father. Even with this, it's clearly visible that you cannot establish a relationship of X with Y. Okay, so 2 alone is also not sufficient. So then I have only one option left, which is both together are sufficient. But I know for your sake, we'll just try this if it's correct or not. Y has 2 sisters, U and V. X's mother is a sister of U's father. U's father. U's father's sister. This is X's mother. So what is the relationship of X with Y? You will say we don't know their genders. Of course not. But you know that they are cousins. And for them being cousins, you don't need genders. So option B is the correct answer. Cool. And the last question for today, you will take it as a bonus question. Very simple, very easy question. Take this as a bonus question, a homework question. And I want all of you to answer this question in the comment box, comment section after the session gets over. And you guys are not taking it very seriously. Please do watch this session. Hopefully by the end here, you have understood. Thank you for watching it till the here. Hopefully you have understood that how to tackle data sufficiency based questions and how you can actually get better at it. And how sometimes just by eliminating from the options or by reading itself, you'll be able to understand whether you'll get an answer or not. Focus only on the concept of getting an answer, the ability of getting the answer or not. Please refrain from actually calculating till the end, right? On that note, I'll end this wonderful session here, and do let me know in the comment box if you're liking this deep analysis sessions, and if you are, let me know which topic do you want for next week, and I'll schedule a deep analysis session for that, a 2-part session where in one session I will not explain the theory to you, I will not teach you anything, I will just tell you about the facts. Facts means whether this is important, not important, what is the history, and how you can actually make it better. Simple terms and simple facts we'll be looking at. And the second session I will bring you for practice session. So let me know which topic you're looking forward to, and I will bring that for you in the next week. Thank you so much for joining live, guys. Hit the like button right away. Share this video across platforms. Check out the foundation course on the Oliveboard platform if you are looking for such wonderful concepts and classes for any subject for your preparation for upcoming examinations. Bye-bye. Namaskar. Jai Hind.